The Hypertherm 0510 code, or 0510 code, is a code for hypertherms, meaning that, well, let's go ahead and take a look down here, and it'll actually tell us 0510 is start trigger on at power up. So the only time that the plasma cutter should ever give you the 0510 code is when the plasma cutter is turning on for the first time. See, what happens is when the computer is turned on, and let's say for some reason a code is kicked out by the computer initially, where it says, okay, turn on. Or let's say your Mach 3 was turned on and someone had hit F5 on your keyboard, for instance. And it's saying in the system, okay, we're triggered. When I come over to the plasma cutter, it'll then give me a 0510 code to start with. So let's go ahead and simulate that here. We're going to simulate that. I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. And then I'm going to hit F5 on the computer, and then I'm going to turn it back on. You're going to see that it gives us the 0510 code. Here we go. 1 second. And plasma cutter is off. One thing to note is in our system, the way the plasma cutter turns on is there is a cable, and we have a relay that essentially completes the circuit, just like a switch, completes the circuit. And that's all we do to turn on the plasma cutter from that point. So here I'm going to turn on the circuit. And then, and that's 0510. So that's the 0510 code stating to us that the plasma cutter has been turned on with the signal activated. And that's how you get an 0510 code. Any code or any 0510 code that occurs during the middle of a cut is not something that can be controlled by our particular control box, as we're just closing the code. And if it occurs in the middle of a cut, the plasma must have thought, based off of the fact that it's a code that only happens on a startup, that it shut itself off and turned itself back on, and it's seemingly thinking that the system is on without actually before the plasma cutter is on. And that's where we're running into this issue, is our system, when you plug in this cable, when you plug in the P on the plasma into our control box, the 0510 code should only activate ever if the plasma cutter was fired by the computer or the control system, and then the hypertherm turned on, and that's the only time it should rationally pop up. Outside of that, it would be something internal to the hypertherm causing it to do that, especially in the middle of a cut or at the end of a cut. Essentially any time that the plasma cutter is on and it was started properly, should never have the 0510 code unless something faults, and mid-cut, mid being on, it starts reacting like this. So just something to consider. If you are having this issue, the best course of action is to go ahead and call Hypertherm directly, and they will walk you through a series of tests that you can run on your Hypertherm system to help diagnose exactly why this code is popping up.